Oh, I guess I could start the meeting. Okay. All right, we're starting the recording. All right, so we'll probably have more people pop on. I'm so happy to see some of our new faces in the office here with us for the team meeting. So those of you that are new to the office, just a reminder, we have 2 team meetings every month. So the first team meeting of the month is with all 3 of our market centers combined. So that's our Hudson Valley group team meeting. And we normally have like a guest speaker come in and talk to us and share some information. And then our second team meeting of the month is always our Hudson Valley North team meeting, where we get to meet together as an office and go over some information that is pertinent to our Hudson Valley North office. So I'm so excited to see so many of you on the call, and I am looking forward to getting the meeting rocking and rolling. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Okay, you're looking at my presentation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so it's our April team meeting. It's crazy to think that we are done with the first quarter and we are already at the end of the first month of the second quarter. We are certainly off to the races here as an office and as a market as a whole. From what I'm hearing from a lot of you that I'm talking to, the market is very busy, and I'm hearing from Patty that even all of our new agents are busy putting together deals. So that's the good news about it, is that I know you're all working really, really hard. And one of the things we're going to go over today is some strategies that I have prepared to get more listings, because that really is the name of the game right now, is how do you secure more listings in the current market. But before we dig into that, I do have some office announcements. And you can always use the chat too while we're meeting to talk to each other or give congratulations out to each other once we start going through everything. Our team meeting today is being sponsored by Michael Gianetto. He is part of Cross Country Mortgage. So Michael is one of our vendor partners. He does sponsorship events for us, and he sponsored our most recent event with Nick Baldwin. So if any of you found value in Nick Baldwin's class, where he taught us about how to run Facebook ads to convert leads to clients, you can thank Michael Gianetto, because he provided us with the funds to be able to bring Nick Baldwin in and speak to all of you. So you'll see him frequently. He is a longtime partner with our Middletown office. And he is always, I've known Michael for years. He is always somebody that's willing to help out, whether it's a question that you have or a second look you want him to take for a client. He is a great vendor partner. I'm looking forward to having more of you meet him here in our office. We're also in the process of building on our Vendor Alliance program. So the Vendor Alliance program is a way that vendors, insurance brokers, attorneys, mortgage brokers, home inspectors, whoever you might refer to your clients, they can opt into joining our Vendor Alliance program, where we can market some of their businesses, and in exchange they help us sponsor events and be able to put on a lot of great events and educational opportunities for you. So if you have anybody that you think would be a good fit for the Vendor Alliance program, you can contact Patty Kowach, who is the ALC member who manages the Vendor Alliance program. We're busily building it out. So stay tuned to hear more about that coming up. Okay, so we do want to do, at the start of every team meeting going forward, we're going to have a culture moment where we talk a little bit about the culture of Keller Williams. And so today what I wanted to highlight is our mission. So this is our mission statement as a company. This was created by Gary Keller and the International ALC, which is the Agent Leadership Council. And really, when we're thinking about building businesses or offering you guys opportunities, our ultimate goal and mission with our market centers is to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, experiences worth giving, and legacies worth leaving. And that's a lot of what, when I'm coaching our top producing agents in the office, these are the things that we're working on together, right? Like, how do you take your real estate license and actually turn it into a business, right? And then how do you take that business and create the life out of it that you want? that can be potentially a legacy that you can leave for generations to come. So this is our mission at KW, and I hope that you all find that on a daily basis, we're working hard at helping you build these great big lives for yourselves. And part of that, growing a successful business, is part of our capped commission model, right? So we have 2 new cappers in the office. You can use the chat to say congratulations to Beth Alfeld and Patty Kowach. They both capped on their commissions since our last team meeting and are now at 100%. So congratulations, ladies. I am so proud of you. Both of these ladies also serve on our leadership team. So Beth Alfeld is obviously one of our principal brokers in the office. Patty Kowach is our productivity coach. So see, we put a top producer in to be the productivity coach because we know she knows how to build a successful, profitable business. So these ladies give back so much of their time to the market center and pouring into all of you as agents in the office, and they're able to grow very successful businesses alongside. So congratulations, Beth and Patty. I'm so thrilled for you, and I'm excited to watch your businesses continue to grow this year. Okay, also join me in saying congratulations to Lee. So Lee had her first transaction as a newly licensed agent since we had our last team meeting. So it's a very exciting. And from what I hear from Patty, we have lots of our newly licensed agents working with buyers and sellers and putting out offers and taking listings. So I'm sure we're going to have many more of these exciting announcements to come over the next couple of months. So great job, Lee. We're super proud of you. I think Lee's only been licensed for maybe 60 days. I don't think any more than 90. So she really has been able to hit the ground running, and that's excellent. Okay, so you might have seen this posted on our social media channels. These were our top producers for March. We are setting record-setting numbers throughout the Hudson Valley. We're going to talk about that a little bit in the next segment, and I'm going to go over with you guys some stats that you can share with your clients, potential clients, with your sphere of influence. We are outpacing the market in many metrics across the Hudson Valley, and so in part that's due to so many top producers partnering with us, right? So also join me in saying congratulations to our top producers for March 2021 and our top 3 teams for March 2021. And you might notice some friendly new faces on the call today. We have grown over the past month. We have added in a ton of new associates to the office, which I'm so thrilled. Some of these might be names and faces that many of you have known for years through selling real estate in Ulster County, and some of them might be newer faces with people that are just getting their real estate license. So join me in saying welcome to all of our new associates that have joined us since the last time we had a team meeting. So some of them joined us at the end of March, and then we have had a number of agents join us in April. So we are quickly growing. We are right around 100 agents in our office, which seems impossible to think because this time last year we were about 40 agents. So we have grown, and I am just so thrilled with all of the top producers and the new agents coming and partnering with us. So welcome everybody. I know a lot of people are on the call. If your name is listed over here, it's just because we don't have a headshot for you yet. So we haven't been able to do one of these pretty announcements for you. So if you get your headshot over to us, we will get that posted for you as well. So welcome, welcome, welcome. I am so proud to be in business with all of you.
Welcome everyone.
Yay.
Hey.
Vicki, you've been here since the beginning. Is it crazy to think that we have close to 100 agents in the office?
Well, they're so lucky to be coming in now because we worked so hard to get an office open and then they wouldn't let us go there. But now you are all here and we'll all be getting to know each other. So you're at a really good point where we'll all be getting to know each other at the same time. And it's just going to be great. I can't wait. This is going to be the best office ever.
Yes.
Ever.
Ever. Yes, I agree. I'm looking forward to being able to get to do some more things in person with all of you. We've grown substantially since the last time we've done in-person events. So I think it's time we start to figure out how to do that safely again. And I think our first opportunity is going to be Red Day coming up next month, which we'll talk a little bit about today as well. So again, welcome everybody. We're so happy to have you all on board with us. All right, here's what you all came for, right? Listings. We know that the market is very busy. Now, we also know that inventory is down significantly year over year. In Ulster County, it's down over 40% year over year inventory. So the agents who have the listings are controlling the market. In most markets, the agent controlling the listing has the agents controlling the listings have the market, but it's particularly true right now. So the question then becomes, how do you go out and take more listings? And so I have come up with 5 strategies that might be a little bit out of the box, maybe some things that you haven't thought of, maybe things you have thought of, but you're not quite sure how to connect the pieces and utilize our technology in order to accomplish them. But I have 5 strategies lined up, and keep an eye on the chat, because as we go through the strategies, I'm going to have links and some documents, some social media graphics you can save to share on your own social pages coming up that Haley is going to, my wingwoman Haley is going to help me get out to all of you. In addition to putting them in the chat, after this team meeting, Haley will also be sending out an email to everybody that's on the call today with all of the resources that we're going to talk about, the social media graphics, links to any videos that I reference, that kind of stuff. So my promise to you is that if you keep showing up to the team meetings every month, that I will find bonus material to give you to help you grow your business. So, all right, so let's dig into the first strategy. All right, so the average agent in our office, we ran the numbers, has 433 contacts in their command database, which, let me start by saying, is very impressive. Probably across most of the market centers, that's a higher number than average for agents with contacts in their database. Now, what we know is true is that every year about a 6% of the population moves. It doesn't mean that you have to make 6% of the population move. It means that 6% of the people in this country are going to buy or sell, right? So the question becomes, are you the listing agent, or are you the agent that they think of when it's time to transact real estate business? And one of the easiest ways that you can help get a 6% return on your database, which if I do 433 times 0.06, it's 26 transactions. So with the average database sitting in command, there are 26 people in there that will either buy or sell real estate this year. One of the simplest things you can do is set people up, anybody in your in your database in command, on what's called a neighborhood nurture smart plan. What will happen is either once per month or twice per month, it's going to send out the person an email, and I'm going to show you what it looks like so you can see it. It's going to send out the person out an email that will give them market statistics. Okay, so the key here is that you obviously have to know where these people live, right? So if they're past clients, you should have their address. If it's friends, right, you typically, without knowing their exact address, you know the area that they live in, right? But that might be an opportunity to talk to the people that you know and tell them. I have this really great tool that's provided to me through Keller Williams. It allows you to track what's going on in your neighborhood on either a monthly or a bi-monthly basis, so that you can track the value of what might be your largest investment. Most people's largest investment is their home, right? And so you're giving them data so that they can see what's going on in their neighborhood, which is going to directly affect their largest investment. So keep in mind, we're not saying if you're going to list, we're not saying you should list your house now. We're just offering to give them information that's timely. If you have them on a bi-monthly neighborhood nurture, that's 24 touches right? That's 24 times they're going to see your name during the year. Even if they just delete the email, right? They're still going to see Chris Virtuoso, real estate agent. Here's your monthly snapshot, right? Like 24 times you're reminding them throughout the year that you're a real estate agent, that you sell real estate. So if you've never looked at a neighborhood nurture, this is what it looks like. So you can see the email, right? I know sometimes Zoom doesn't change the screen, but you're looking at the email in front of me, right?
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, perfect. All right, so this is my husband's neighborhood nurture because I put him on all the drip campaigns and smart campaigns and make him my guinea pig. So this is what he gets, and this is exactly what your clients would get. An email for monthly neighborhood update, right? Our logo here, your contact information here, neighborhood trends. So I set my husband up with Highlands and Central New Paltz, okay? So he can add in additional neighborhoods if he wants, right? They can do this. But what it says is homes for sale, average home price, average sold price, and how many listings have been active on the market since the last time the neighborhood nurture smart plan sent out to them. Same thing for New Paltz, homes for sale, average home price, sold price. Now, this is what's really cool. What happens is if they hit explore neighborhood, this is going to automatically open up a page on your website. So this is all going to be tied to you. This is their neighborhood landing page for their neighborhood. So what you'll see is it pulls up this website and they can go in and click on any of these houses. It's going to tell them everything for sale in that neighborhood. It's going to give them a little map over here, which is exactly what realtor.com and Zillow looks like when you're searching on there. If they want to add a neighborhood, say now all of a sudden they're interested in Rosendale, they can add in a neighborhood here. And then at the top, they can toggle between all the neighborhoods that they have listed. So they might not open the emails, right, for many months, and then they might open the emails and start clicking around. And what is that an indication of? That they might be interested in having a conversation with you about the real estate market. You can track all of this in command, right? They will be a contact in command, obviously, and on the right-hand side of their contact card, you can see that they're opening their emails. You can see that they're clicking on listings. So say they're interested in this house and they click on it. Well, now it's again going to pop up this page where anything that they click here is going to go right back to you. So if they click schedule a tour, they can choose when they want to schedule a showing for, right? If they want to ask a question, you can put in the information here and you get the information. So what is this doing? This is reinforcing your website and reinforcing your pages. It's giving clients and consumers and people that you know an easy way to look at home stats and homes for sale, right? What we know is true is that most people are interested in the market and not necessarily interested in always talking to a real estate agent. They want to kind of be able to search around and click on things and look at statistics and keep an eye on the market for a while, typically before they transact real estate. The easiest way to make sure that they're searching on your stuff and not on Zillow, Realtor.com, Truly, any of the big other search portals where if they click something, they're going to an agent that paid for that, is by leveraging your website. And one of the easiest ways to do that is through the neighborhood nurture. So one other thing I want to point out that's cool before I don't want to get totally off topic, but this is one talking point that you might recommend to your clients. They can search for a place, and this is all this is all based off of Google. So say you put in Metro North train station in Poughkeepsie. Now on any landing page that they land on, it's going to tell them how many minutes driving, biking, or walking they are from the Metro North train station. They can put in Midtown Manhattan. They can put in the Empire State Building. They can put in 123 Main Street, wherever. They can put in Minnewaska, right? If you have people coming up that want to be within a certain minutes from a trailhead, right? They can put in the trailhead location. This is all data driven by Google. So if you can find the location on Google, you can add it in here. And automatically, as long as they're logged in, it's going to show them on every single landing page what their commute times is. This is something that is much different than Zillow and Realtor.com and could be the hook that gets people utilizing your website, right? So how many people are using this tool? Or is this an opportunity? Chris, you're using the tool?
Yeah, I'm using the nurtures. I wasn't aware of the commute. That's an interesting advantage. That's a good benefit to play up.
Yeah, awesome.
Hey, Rita, I have a question. Is there a way to put statistics on properties that have sold in a neighborhood? Because I know a lot of people are usually like, wow, if my neighbor could get 250 for that, hit their house, mine's worth 300.
Yep. So if they hit when they're looking at so every contact gets this like customized landing page that we're looking at. If they hit neighborhood stats up here, it will give them homes for sale and then pending, and then the average home price. And I think down here it has stats. So sold stats, recently sold, average sold price. I don't know what's weird about this little neighborhood. That looks a little off. But homes for sale, homes pending, average days on market, and that will give them the sold statistics too. There.
Oh, great. That's great.
Hey, Rita, I have a question similar to that,
Okay.
tagging on to that. Is there a way that we can find statistics by range of the houses for how many days on the market? A lot of people I'm seeing that I'm speaking to, I have a high level house on the market right now, and everyone, it seems, thinks everything is going to be a 3-day bidding war. Those are the $200,000 and the $300,000 houses I'm seeing in this area, maybe even to the 4s. But the higher level, the 7s, 8s, 1 millions, people should be prepared, I think, that they may also have to wait a little while for the particular person searching for that caliber of house. Do you understand what I'm saying? I don't see that anywhere by levels of price ranges. Could we add that to our website somehow?
So I don't know that we have the ability to add that to our websites, but where you could pull that data is from the MLS and include that in your listing presentation as stats that you go over with them. Because certainly you're right. You want to tell them, okay, for homes in your price range, on average, are taking X amount of days to sell. So if we don't see some movement within that time frame, we probably also have to talk about, if we're priced right, what our strategy is to move forward with the listing.
Yeah, and this hot marketplace, right within our framework of friends and fellow Keller Williams brokers and sales agents, I know there's a large amount of inventory of high level houses that have been on the market for, say, 3, 4, 5 months. And that doesn't go according to everything that the media is putting out there. That's like, oh, it's crazy, 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 selling in 3, 4, 5 days, with 5 bidders,
Yeah.
And it really confuses our people. It's not always to our benefit to see these kind of articles everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, we can't control the media, but what we can do is at the listing presentation, set the expectations of, by pulling data out from the MLS of, this is what's actually going on in the market. And this is where homes similar to yours have sold. When I used to go through a CMA, I would say this house sold in X amount of days. This house sold in X amount of days. This house is active and it's been on the market for X amount of days. So we're seeing that they might be overpriced, right, for the current market if they're not getting offers. So
get this out of MLS. And my second question, I'll make it quick. I was under the impression that we couldn't do any type of blind selling at all, according to the current governor's statements. And I thought that would include our command contact list, because a lot of those people are just people we've known through the years. We don't necessarily go and call them for permission to send them marketing information.
You would want permission from the people, right, to add them into the neighborhood nurtures, which I think actually can lead you up to a reason to call them, right? I think that this is a great reason to call your database to say, hey, I have this really cool tool.
Okay?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And then that's okay. So you are allowed to call people that you know, right? And that people know you. You can't cold call, right? Like, unfortunately, which is something that hopefully, again, will come back into play, right? You can't just call random strangers and say, hey, do you want a neighborhood nurture? That right now is against the rules, but people that you know, you can still.
Okay,
still
thanks
call.
for clarifying. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Okay, so that's idea number one, is a neighborhood nurture smart plan to get a 6% return. So you might do the math yourself and look at how many contacts you have in your database and divide by 0.06, and that's how many people in there will likely have a real estate transaction this year. And then look and see over the past 12 months how many of those people used you. And if it's not a 6% return, that's your opportunity, right? And so that's my first tip. Okay, my second tip is to tell the story, right? How well, this is going to what Roger was saying, right? Being able to tell the story of the market to people. This might look like through email blasts to your database, through social media posts to your database, to just in conversation being armed with some of these numbers, that when someone asks you how's the market or how is it going with your partnership with KW, you can bring up some of these things. So the good news is that our office, Keller Williams Realty Hudson Valley North, is outpacing the market rather significantly in many of the metrics. I've created this flyer, which Haley will put into the chat and will also email to you after the meeting, that you can include in listing presentations, you can post on social media, you can include into an email blast. And what it is essentially saying is that we are outpacing the Ulster County Board of Realtors. So the first number I have is 368%. So our listing sold volume is up 444% year over year. Okay. The MLS's listing sold volume is only up 32 for like 70%, right? So if we're up 444 and the board is only up 770 some odd percent, we are outpacing them by 368%. And same thing with listings taken volume. So our listings taken volume is up 379% year over year, which is outpacing the Ulster County Board of Realtors by 345%. So that means that our agents are taking a larger volume of listings than the rest of the brokerages in Ulster County as a whole, right? Which is a testament to the hard work that you're all doing, right? And a testament to the top, many top producers and our new agents getting into production quickly. So this is honestly something that we all should be celebrating together. It's amazing news. And we're going to start in more frequent rotation, putting out pieces like this that you guys can use to market yourself and on your listing presentations. Now, the other good news is we are currently the #1 real estate office in Ulster County. So that is very exciting. So if you take all of the offices individually as solo offices, we are currently the #1 real estate office in Ulster County. So congratulations to everybody. And I hope you find using this flyer and talking to people about, the office that you are associated with is going to be helpful. It also might help you win listing presentations. I'm hearing from many agents that it's not just one person that they're interviewing anymore. They are talking to multiple agents, right? And so use the power of the office to tell the story of your business. Now, here's some other numbers. The story of Keller Williams, right? So not only are we locally outpacing the market, but nationally, Keller Williams is outpacing every other real estate brand, right? So while with NAR, existing March home sales were actually down by 3.7%, our existing home sales were up by 37%. And by NAR, March home sales year over year were up 12.3%, but at Keller Williams, we were up 30%. So what does that mean? That means that Keller Williams agents are outselling the rest of the brokerages. We are #1 in agent count, closed units, and closed sides. That's always something you can use on a listing presentation. It's also something you can use in social media marketing and different ways that you're marketing your business. Use these stats, right? So let the brand of KW do some of the heavy lifting. So Haley is going to put, I don't know, can you put JPEGs into a chat? I'm not sure.
Well, if you guys can see what I sent out, I just try to do it.
Okay. Okay. Oh, good. It did work. Okay, good.
Okay,
so there's
good.
a flyer and then there's 2 social media graphics, these 2 graphics that you can use. And also you'll get these in an email to you after. Now, the third numbers, and again, so the third numbers are the Ulster County Board, right? So being able to tell the story of the market as a whole. So every month, if you're a member of Ulster County Board of Realtors, you will get this report, this statistics report emailed to you from Kim, I think, at the board, and it has really great data in it. And so I wanted to take a couple of minutes and take a look at this, right? Because this is what tells the story of the market. These are now talking points. So if somebody comes to you and says, "How's the market?" and your answer is just great, your conversation might just stop there, right? It might not go any farther. But if you're able to say things like, "Great, the homes are selling very quickly. The days on market is almost 40% less this year than it was last year." Or, "Great, the median home sales price in Ulster County is up 22.6% year over year," right? Or, "It's a great market for sellers. They're currently receiving 98.7% of their listing price when a home sells." So do you have these numbers down? Are you able to use these numbers in conversation with people that you're talking to? If you are knowledgeable about the market, again, it just reinforces that you're the person that they should trust should they have a real estate need, or if somebody that they know is looking to buy or sell real estate. Now, here's the other thing you can do is you can go into designs and you can create graphics that are all personally branded towards you with your logo and your name and your contact information. They're already in design, so you don't have to create it from scratch. And you can take some of these numbers, and now all of a sudden you're creating social media content. Okay, so I'm not going to go into an entire command tutorial because there's plenty of videos out in the world to do that. But if you're in designs, which is this tab, and you go into create a social post, I believe it's all under. So this is what, if no one's been in designs before, surprise, you have over 1,000 pieces of marketing collateral in here for you guys to use. Okay, so all this stuff you can edit, right? And then over in, I think it's in listings, under listings where it says a local expert, there's all of these listings. So you can come in, pick one, they all look nice, right? You might pick one with a percentage, change the percentage, and change whatever it is. There's tons of graphics in here to use to promote these numbers, okay? So that's another way that by showing up as an expert in the current market, you can get in front of people who might be thinking about selling their house, right? If you have these pointed numbers that you're putting out in emails, on social media, so on and so forth, the odds that somebody is going to catch that, somebody thinking about their home is going to catch that and might want more information about that, is probably higher than just posting the real estate market is busy, or, you know, it's a great time to be a seller, right? Okay, here is my next idea. This one's a little out of the box. And so I would like you guys to try this and tell me if it works. I'm confident that it will. There is, in the referral section of commands, a way that you can search by where referrals are going, okay? And Haley's gonna put in a link into the chat, she probably has already, that is a video showing you where to find this, okay? So I'm not gonna turn this into a command tutorial and show you how to find it. The video will walk you through it in like 5 minutes. But what this map is going to show you, so if you type in Kingston, it's gonna tell you where referral patterns within our referral network are going. So for Kingston, I ran the numbers. Most of the referrals that are leaving Kingston are going, a lot of them, to Florida, a lot of them. Different areas in Florida, but a lot of them are going to Florida. Okay, so here's my idea, right? If somebody's leaving and they're going to Florida, and they're a referral, that likely means that they have a house to sell, right? And an agent in our office is referring them to a KW agent down in Florida and sending the referral through the system. So here's where our partnership with Facebook can come in. what you can do is your website, right? Your KW website has every home for sale in the country listed on it. It's not just tied to our local MLSs, it's tied to all of the MLSs in the country. So anybody on your website can search for homes in Florida, in California, in Texas, and wherever they want to search. What I am recommending that you do is find the top locations where people are moving to and run targeted Facebook ads through command that say, for targeted to people locally here. So say use Kingston, people that live in Kingston in a 30-mile radius, and the ad might be sick of Hudson Valley winters. Click here for a list of all currently available homes in blank, in wherever they're moving to, Coral Springs, Palm Beach, Miami, wherever they're going, North Carolina, South Carolina, right? Now, what you're leading to with that ad is your personally branded website. So when they're looking at homes, if they want to ask a question, if they want to speak to an agent, if they want to enter a location so that they can put in maybe the beach and see their commute time from the beach from every single house that they're searching down in Florida, they have to register for an account. What happens when they register for an account? They have to give their contact information, and then that's where you capture them as a lead in your Facebook. So by thinking outside of the box and thinking, okay, what is a seller? Most people that are selling their house are probably relocating out of state because it's very difficult to sell and buy in this area right now, right? In the same market, there's not a ton of inventory. So what I'm hearing from agents is that a lot of their clients are selling and moving. So if you can target where they're going, we know that 9 times out of 10, you can get way more buyer leads than you can online seller leads. So just become the lead magnet for when they are buying the home in the area where they're buying the home. So if you're thinking logistically, how do I do this? Well, you just go onto your website. So say I had my website, ritagetsyouhome.kw.com, and I wanted to, and I knew people were moving to Palm Beach. I think this is one of the ones I looked on the list. You just type it in, and then all of a sudden, all the houses in Palm Beach pop up. Now, all you have to do is just take this URL, copy it, and then when you're in command running the ad, this is the landing page, okay? Make sure you choose that there's a Facebook lead ad so that Facebook collects their data when they land on it. So what's going to happen? They're going to see a picture, an ad, and it's going to say sick of Hudson Valley weather, thinking of going south before next winter. Whatever you guys are good at copy, you can write better copy than me. Whatever it says, they click the button. A thing from Facebook's going to pop up saying, "Give us your information." It's going to be auto-populated. So they're going to give their information, which then goes into commands as an alert, as a lead. And then they land on this beautiful looking website where all of the houses in Palm Beach are listed. And again, it's based off of your website. So if they say they click here and now all of a sudden they're interested in this property. Well, oh no, it already sold since the time I clicked on it. Let's try this one, 9.9 million. How nice would that be if you run one Facebook ad and you get a $10 million buyer? So again, right, you're branded here. So ask your agent, schedule a video tour, anything that they click here, you're going to get the notification in your command. What else does that open up the opportunity for? Referrals, right? So now you have buyers that are buying in West Palm Beach. They're potentially going to let you list their house if they own a house up here so that they can relocate down there. And through the referral section, you can find an agent that serves West Palm Beach and send them the referral and get a referral feedback for it, right? This is unique data that only Keller Williams agents have access to. And so the more that you're sending referrals through the system, so this is the other point. The more that you're utilizing command, the smarter command gets, right? Command can only be as smart as the data that we're inputting into it. So if you're sending and receiving referrals, make sure you're sending it through the referral system so that this data is super accurate. You'll see that one of I think the top location is Middletown. So what does that mean? That means that our agents are sending referrals back and forth across each other with our Orange County Market Center. When I was in production, even if an agent in the office wanted to refer me business, I would send it through the system so that the system could track the business and understand these referral patterns. Do you think that if you ran these ads, this might be a way to get sellers?
Absolutely.
Awesome. Awesome. All right. Okay, number 4. This is an old trick. Many of you realtors that have been in business for a long time, this probably isn't a new one, but I'm going to show you a way that you can do it in our system. So old expired letters. My theory is that there is a gold mine of people who do not understand that what their house is worth, right? Like, we're in the real estate market every day, so we know what's going on in the market, but we can't assume that everyone knows, right? Just like if you asked me what was going on in the cryptocurrency market currently, I couldn't tell you because I'm not that plugged in. I'm not invested in cryptocurrency, but if I was somebody that was, I'd be able to tell you all of the information, right? So I think sometimes we think that everyone knows what the market's doing, and the likelihood is they really might not. So this is a direct example of a piece of marketing collateral that I created and I sent out to expired listings. And when I'm talking about expired listings, I think you can target any expired listings. What I did was I went back in time to when it was still a buyer's market. Okay. And I looked and I pulled all the data out of the MLS. And let me preface this by saying, this is a task that takes some time. This took me and my husband a couple hours to get the data together and get the lists and get everything out the door. So this isn't a quick strategy, but I got 2 listings and I spent $100 from it. So this is what I did. I went onto the MLS. You can adjust by status, update, or sold date. So I did old sold dates from 2014 to 2018, which is kind of when the market started shifting more towards a stronger seller's market. And I pulled up all the houses that had expired. And then I'm telling you, this is a little time sensitive. You have to go through and see if they were relisted. And then I cross-checked the tax record. So I did it in Ulster. So I went into Ulster County Information Services, cross-checked the listings to see if they had sold off market. Okay. When I went through everything, it gave me a list of about, I think it was like 100 houses between Gardner, New Paltz, Highlands, and I think I did Kingston. I don't think I did Kingston. I think it was New Paltz, Gardner, and Highlands, which were 3 areas I was working on building on a presence. So once I had this list, right, now I just went in. This is a template in Command. You don't have to recreate the wheel, although Haley will put in the chat a picture of this market. I did change some of the verbiage, so obviously you can R&D me, rip off and duplicate my verbiage or make it better. But I just put in here, home prices have increased 15% year over year in Ulster County. What number did we just see? 40-something%. Do you think that that's eye-catching for someone whose house expired because it might have been overpriced? That home prices year over year have increased 41%. Even somebody that expired last year, could their house be worth significantly more now? That means your home is likely worth more than it was last time in the market, blah, 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 basic letter. Now I took this, and this little tab is a market stats. So you can pull market stats right from Command, okay? It's very easy to do, and you can insert them onto any piece of marketing collateral. So you don't have to pull the marketing stats. It automatically pulls automatically. I'm saying that too much from the system. So I took this letter. Now this is what I did. You can copy me. You can do something different or better. I took this letter. Right behind it, I had a page that I pulled out from the listing presentation template that had reviews on it. So I pulled like 5 or 6 reviews of my Zillow reviews, and I put them on a sheet. And then the page behind that, I put past sales. So based on where it was. If it was Gardner, I had a bunch of past sales in Gardner. If it was New Paltz, I had a bunch of sales in New Paltz, and Highland, a bunch of sales in Highlands, right? And that was the 3rd sheet. So I had 3 pieces of paper, and then I took this one at the top, and I wrote, some people like handwritten stuff. I wrote on the top corner, if you're interested, please contact me. The spring market is alive and well right now. Just some little nice little note like that. And then I sent it out. I enveloped it and I sent it out to all the homeowners. I ended up getting 2 listings from it.
Even though that has your contact information, Rita, did you not also want to include your business card, or did you feel that that was redundant or not cost effective?
You could include your business card. I don't think that's a bad idea. Yeah, I think that's a good idea to throw your business card in. Anytime I include my business cards, I put 2 in, and I would put 2 in, and I would say one's for you to keep and one's to hand out if you come across anybody that's looking to buy, sell, or invest in real estate. And oh, okay, so this isn't one of the ideas, but now that I'm thinking about this, this is another thing that I used to do. Well, that I learned in a class. I learned all this stuff I learned at other KW classes. I didn't create any of this stuff myself, but here's another idea. Every year on my client's home anniversary, I would print out a 1-page CMA and print it and highlight a couple of sales and stats and just write on the top. People like customized things. Hey, your home price has gone up, or do you see a few of your neighbors have sold, just including this so that you can track the market. Right? That's another little touch. And I would get listings from that, because I was staying in front of people. The neighborhood nurture obviously is a good point to do that, and something more customized like a phone call or a handwritten note, something like that also helps too. Okay, so old expired listings. I'm convinced that there are a lot of previous home sellers who wanted to move at some point, right? They put their house on the market. They agreed to compensate a real estate agent. And for whatever reason, their home didn't sell, that now they might be able to either get their price or they might be more realistic about their price, right? And so while you can't cold call them yet, right? We're still waiting for those restrictions to be lifted. You can mail things to people, right? So you can still mail things to people. All right, so my number 5 idea is the golden letter, which again, if you've been selling real estate for a while, this probably isn't a new concept, but I'm going to give you the template here that I used, and you'll see this was something I did back in 2016. This is an exact letter. This also got me 2 listings, and I found my buyer a townhome. So I had a client. He wanted to live in this one particular townhome community. That's the only place he wanted to live, and all of the townhomes had accepted offers, and nothing was coming on the market. So I went into Realist and I pulled all of the information out for the area where the townhouse community, and I did this letter, and it's very simple, right? So it was addressed to the homeowner. I need your help. I'm a local realtor and I have a client that is looking to move into your complex at Winding Brook in Walden. That's where he's looking. Pre-approved for a mortgage and ready to move in, but there are currently no townhouses to choose from. That's where you come in. Have you been thinking about selling your townhome? On to do it in the easy way possible. If so, please contact me. Now, you can choose to leave this section in or not, but I did offer a discount on my commission if he buys your home, meaning only if my buyer wanted to actually buy that house, because I would get both sides of it. I was going to offer a little bit of a reduced commission, and then also obviously list the property for a normal listing amount. If so, contact me, which means more money in pocket at the closing table. I put in my cell phone number, my email, hope to hear from you. So we all have, most people, you can throw a rock and hit somebody that's looking to buy a house, right? Like buyer leads are easy. You can find somebody looking to buy and somebody that's getting outbid, right? Maybe some people on the call have had clients who have gotten outbid on properties and are starting to get frustrated. Is this a letter that you could send out, right? Use your buyers to get listings. I would also use this, not this exact letter, but I would turn it into something pretty, like a pretty thing through designs and commands, and post that on social media. Maybe on Thursdays, you do like buyer needs Thursdays, and you just do a list. I have buyers looking for this, that, this, that. If you're thinking of listing your home and you don't want a ton of people in and out of your house, feel free to reach out to me about my qualified list of buyers looking in the area. So what does that do? Number 1, it shows your value to your buyer clients, right? So you can show up as, it shows your value and your maybe a unique value proposition to the buyer clients that they can throw a rock and hit a realtor, right? So it shows that you're going above and beyond for them, and it could find you listings. there are people, sellers, homeowners that are still concerned about having people in their house, rightfully so, right? There might be people that would have listed their house, but they're just not comfortable having it on the open market or having people in and out. You could be solving two birds with one stone, right? By creating this.
Rita,
Yeah.
can you give us a few examples within the ethics framework and boundaries, what you can thank your prior client for doing these wonderful favors for you? What are within bounds? What are legal? What are not? What are considered ethical? What are considered not?
So you can't offer compensation to anybody who's not licensed.
What about a plant or a tree? If they're gardeners, you send them a spruce tree up under $100. It used to be, and when I was in business in New York, anything under $100 that's consumable, that's not money, but it's consumable within a day, or it could be a living object like a tree or a plant, was acceptable.
Usually consumable items are okay. I'm going to, is Lori still on the call? If Lori's on the call, I'm going to defer to her about technically what the rules are, right? You don't ever want to have anybody perceive that you're paying them, right, for a listing, or you're giving them a referral fee, or, you know, trees. I mean, you could have very expensive trees, right? So
That's
I guess
true too.
Right. So you would have to be careful there. And for specific guidelines around that, if anybody has questions, I would say shoot Lori an email or Beth. Yeah. And they'll tell you exactly either yes or no. That's a good idea or bad idea. What some good ideas might be. It's a good question. All right. Oh, Lori is here. Lori. She's
Lori.
like, I gotta go.
Yay.
So Roger, you're killing me with your questions. You know what? I don't know that there's necessarily a monetary limit.
Or a little thank you, like flowers, send a flower arrangement to thank
seller
them.
and buyer appreciation gifts are absolutely acceptable. So one of the things they always say is to be consistent, right? You can't buy one of your sellers a new car and give the other one a new toothbrush. Like that's just, you know, but so it could be relative to what you sold the house for. If you have a percentage of your commission that you always spend on a seller gift, is to be consistent. If there's a pattern of lavishness going on, we're likely to get called on that. But seller and buyer appreciation gifts have always been acceptable. You just can never tie that to the receipt of a commission.
Okay, fair. All right.
Thank you, Lori. All right, so those are my 5 ideas to get listings. Who thinks you can either put it in the chat or do a thumbs up on the screen that some of these ideas would help you, or new ideas that you have not heard yet in order to get listings? Or you just give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. Yay. All right, good. I see thumbs up from Roger, thumbs up from Patty. All right, cool. Yay, Susan. Awesome. Okay, very good. So again, the key to this real estate business right now is taking listings. If you find success with some of these things, please share, right? Please share with me. I would love to hear that these things have worked. I would love to hear your success stories. And I am excited to watch our office as a whole just take more market share, right? And continue on our path of being number 1. All right, so a couple of exciting announcements. Number 1, I'm gonna skip over this because I don't think you guys, it's playing. Can you hear this? Roger, do you hear this or no? All right. Just think of the music in your head. I could hum the way that it's going. It's going Okay, Red Day is happening. For those of you that are new to KW, which is most of you, honestly, this is really our first opportunity to make a big splash in the community for Red Day. So like it mentioned in the video, Keller Williams has a National Day of Service, although every month we like to have community service initiatives, right? We do have one day, we call it Red Day, where all of the associates go out into the community and give back in a way to show up that we give where we live. So we always identify a local organization that we can give back to. And this year, I'm very excited with what we have planned for a number of reasons. So this is what we have planned. You might have seen some of the information from me already. We are doing a walkathon, okay? And it's to benefit Sparrow's Nest. So Sparrow's Nest is a local Hudson Valley organization. They serve families who have a member who's undergoing cancer treatment. So they provide them with meals, and they serve over 300 meals on average per week to Hudson Valley families across Ulster, Greene, Columbia, Dutchess, all of the areas that we serve. So they're not just an Ulster County organization, they really do serve all of the areas that our agents serve. And so all of the funds that we raise will go towards Sparrow's Nest. And we have a website set up. So the walkathon is going to be May 13th. And it's going to be at the River to Ridge Trail in New Paltz. So it's a great opportunity to get outside for the day, and hopefully the weather is really nice and beautiful. And we're all going to take a walk together, okay? If you haven't been to the River to Ridge Trail, it's a part of the rail trail system in New Paltz, obviously that spans a lot of the Hudson Valley. It's a beautiful trail that overlooks Minnewaska State Park and the ridge in the background. And I think it'll be a really great opportunity for many of us to get together in person and see each other and get a chance to take a walk and just enjoy the beautiful place that we live. So this is where you come in. What we need to do is we need to raise funds, right, for Sparrow's Nest. That's the point of a walkathon. So people can donate in one of two ways. You can either make a flat donation on the website. The link is right here. People can make a flat donation on the website, or they can sponsor you. So we have gone ahead and we put in all of the agents. You're all in the website as participants already. We did that for you. And so what you can do is you can share, and if somebody would like to sponsor you to walk a certain dollar percentage per mile, they can do that as well. And then we'll keep track on the day of the walkathon. Okay. If for some reason you're not able to make it May 13th, but you would like to donate to Sparrow's Nest directly, you can do so also through the website. Make sure you're doing it through our website so that we can track the donations. And just for context, in case anybody asks you, the donations are going straight to Sparrow's Nest from the website we have set up. And Sparrow's Nest is a 501c3, so you will get the tax benefits for donating directly to them. And all of that can be done through the very easy to use website we have. So now here's the other exciting part about Red Day is that we have t-shirts. So we're gonna have t-shirts prepared for everybody, but we can't order you a t-shirt unless we have your commitment that you're going to be there on the day of. So there is a spreadsheet that we have. Haley's gonna put it in the chat. She might have already. So click on the spreadsheet. If you haven't entered your information yet, put it in there. And as long as we have your information by this Friday, so if you're on the call, just do it now, might as well, right, while we're here. Everybody that signs up by Friday will have a t-shirt to wear at Red Day for the walkathon. Are there any questions I can answer about Red Day?
There's two in the chat. How many miles is the walk?
It's as long as you want to go. So there is a loop. I believe there's a loop that in total is about 3.5 miles that I think most of us are going to do the loop. Although if you wanted to keep going, it connects with Minnewaska State Park. I mean, you could go walk for however many miles really you wanted to, especially if you have, sponsorships. But I think what most of us are going to do is about a 3.5 mile loop around, and then we'll return back to the parking spot. Good question. And what else, Haley?
Darlene asked if we can bring dogs on the walk. Which I'm sure we
certainly.
Can.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Dogs are welcome at the rail trail. So, yep. Dogs and babies are always welcome. I know I've said that a few times. I'll just put it out there again. Dogs and babies always welcome. All right. Any other questions I can answer about Red Day? Okay. Give me a thumbs up if you're going to attend with us. Yay, Susan. John. Nyasa, I'll talk to you. Yeah, there you go. Christina's in, Fawn. Awesome.
So make sure you fill out that you want a t-shirt.
Yeah, don't be left out. Don't be the only person not in a red t-shirt. So fill out the information and we'll get that over to you. Okay, and last thing, it's 11 o'clock, so I'll do this quick. You've probably seen this. You're going to hear this from me a million more times. You're going to get emails from me and posts because I am committed to winning this. We are nominated for a Chronogrammy. So Chronogram has nominated us as one of the top 5 real estate brokerages in the Hudson Valley. And so this is our time to show up and say, we are the top real estate office in the Hudson Valley, right? And so if you haven't voted yet, Haley's putting a link in the comments so you can go on there and vote for our office. Listen, Lori was there, Vicky was there. They said for years, you're never going to open a Keller Williams office in Ulster County. That model doesn't work here. That's not how we, right? We've heard it. Let's prove everyone wrong that we are the best. We're already number 1. Let's also be the best. So go vote if you haven't yet. Feel free to share. There's some graphics you can share on social media to ask other people to vote for us as well. And assuming that we win, we'll have some graphics and things that you'll be able to share on your Facebook, social media. You could add it into your email signature, even if you like. So lots of good stuff there. All right, any questions about anything we've gone over today? All right. I appreciate you all. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody at Red Day. I'm looking forward to seeing everybody in the office, right? We can resume some normal activities in the office again. And obviously, if there's anything else I can ever help with, we did record the meeting. So there is, the link will be processed and posted in our private Facebook group a little later if you want to go back. And if you have any questions about any of the tactics or strategies that I shared today, you need help with that, just feel free to reach out to me, reach out to Haley, and we're more than happy to help you guys with that. All right, go take some listings and have a great Tuesday.
Thanks,
Bye.
Rita. Bye.